Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we would like to talk about some and products of the roots of quadratic equations. We know that quadratic equation can be solved by various methods, among which are factorization method, completing the square method, the quadratic formula. So today we want to study the properties of the roots of quadratic equation, and we will start by that by discussing the sum and product of the roots. Okay, so you know that the general formula for a quadratic equation, the general form is given as ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, and the quadratic formula is derived as x squared equals to minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Let the two distinct roots of this equation be alpha and beta. Then alpha is the first root, which is minus b plus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a, and beta, which is the second root, be given as minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, with this root we can generate what we call the sum and product of the root as follows. Let's go with this lesson. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, so that you can be notified whenever we upload our tutorial video. Okay, thank you very much. So let d equals to b squared minus 4ac. Then we can rewrite the sum of the root as minus b plus root d over 2a, and beta to be equals to minus b minus root d over 2a. Okay, now the sum of the root alpha plus beta equal to minus b plus root d over 2a minus b minus root d over 2a. Okay, if we subtract the numerator over there, we have minus b over 2a, which will give us minus 2b over 2a. Okay, and of course 2 goes in 2, we have 1, so this is minus b over a. Therefore alpha plus beta equals to minus b over a, and this is called the sum of the roots. Okay, sum of the roots. So in the same way, we can generate the product of the root as follows. So product of the root alpha beta equal to alpha is minus b plus root d over 2a multiplied by minus b minus root d over 2a. Okay, so if we multiply numerator and denominator over there, we have minus b plus root d into minus b minus root d, everything over 4a squared. So apply the difference of 2 squared to open the formula. We are going to have minus b squared minus d, okay, so all over 4a squared, and of course this will give us b squared minus d over 4a squared. So of course, you know, from the beginning we said let d equal to b squared minus 4ac. So if you substitute that, we have b squared minus 4ac into bracket everything over 4a squared. Okay, so we can simplify this expression to give us something spectacular. So let us simplify that. So we can have there, which will be minus b what do we have over there? So we have b minus b squared minus 4ac. So minus times minus will give us plus, guys. Minus times minus is going to give us plus, so there's no minus here. So b squared minus b squared plus 4ac everything over 4a squared, and this will give us 4ac over 4a squared. So 4 cancel 4, a cancel one of the a, and then we have c over a. So therefore product of the root is c over a. So this is how we can generate the sum and product of the root from the quadratic formula. Okay, product of the root. So, and very simple, guys, very simple. So using the general form, we can also generate the sum and product of the root from the general form. Okay, you know the general form is given as x squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So if you divide all through by a, all through by a, you have x squared plus b over ax plus c over a equals to 0. Call this equation 1. Okay, so now if the roots are given, if the roots are alpha and beta, we can have the, if the roots are alpha and beta, then it implies that x equal to alpha and x equal to beta. Okay, now x equal to alpha implies x minus alpha equal to 0. X equals to beta implies x minus beta equal to 0. So if you multiply these two equations, guys, you have x minus alpha into x minus beta equal to 0. And if you expand that equation, you have x squared minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta equals to 0. Call this equation 2, guys. So now comparing equation 1 and 2, we can see that minus alpha plus beta equals to b over a. Okay, and dividing both sides by minus will give us alpha beta equals to minus b over a. Okay, and once again we have our sum of the roots. Also, if you compare the constant from the second equation, we have alpha beta. From the first equation, we have c over a, and this is the product of the roots. Okay, so this is how to generate the sum and product of the roots. Now with this formula at hand, let us give examples. Also note that you can use the sum and product of the roots. If you have a quadratic equation, you can find the sum and the product of the roots without solving the equation. Also, if you are given the roots of a quadratic equation, you can formulate the equation. Okay, so these are the two particular things we use sum and product of the roots of quadratic equation for. Okay, so examples. Find the sum and product of the root of each of the following. Find the sum and product of the root of, let's say 1, 2x squared minus 3x plus 4 equals to 0. Okay, so if you have equation like this, guys, the first thing you do is to compare with the general form. Okay, so what we have there, solution, we have 2x squared minus 3x plus 4 equals to 0. So if you compare with the general form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, you have a equals to 2, b equals to minus 3, and c equals to 4, guys. So if you substitute in your formula, you know the sum of the root equals to minus b over a, which will be minus into minus 3 over 2, which will give you 3 over 2. Okay, and product of the root, which is alpha beta, equal to c over a, which will give you 4 over 2, which is 2. Okay, so this is how to find the sum and product of the root. One more example. Example 2. The given equation here is x plus 2 squared minus 8x minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so if you expand the bracket there, you have x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 8x minus 2 equals to 0. So you can bring the like terms together. You have x squared minus 4x plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so comparing with the general form, a is 1, b is minus 4, and c is 2. Okay, so sum of the roots alpha plus beta equal to minus b over a, which is minus into minus 4 over 1, which will be 4. Okay, and alpha beta product of the root equals to c over a, which is 2 over 1, which is 2. And this is how to find the sum and product of the root. And if you can do this, you'll be done. So if you have example 3, 2 minus x minus 4x squared equals to 0. If you want to find the sum and product of the root of this equation, guys, you have to rearrange the equation. So if you rearrange, you have 4x squared minus x plus 2 equals to 0. So you can divide all through by minus. You divide all through by minus, you have 4x squared plus x minus 2 equals to 0, and the coefficient, like a equals to 4, b equals to 1, c equals to minus 2. Okay, so now alpha plus beta is minus b over a, which will be minus 1 over 4. Okay, and your alpha beta is minus 2 over 4, which is just c over a, which is minus 2 over 4, which is minus 1 over 2. Then you are done with the equation. So now the other case is when you are given the equation, when you have the root of the equation, how do you formulate the equation? That is the other example. Formulating the equation. Okay, find the quadratic equation. Find the quadratic equation QA whose roots are let me call it 1, whose roots are 3 over 4 and 1 over 2. Okay, the step is very simple, guys. So let alpha equal to the first root, beta equals to the second root, then you substitute, you manipulate the equation, that is x minus alpha times x minus beta equal to that, and then you can solve the equation by expanding whatever you have there. Okay, or if you like, you can find the sum of the roots. Okay, so let's use that method. So let alpha equals to 3 over 4 and beta equals to 1 over 2. Okay, so alpha plus beta equals to 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2, which is 3 lowest common multiple is 4, 1 2 here, plus 2, which is 5 over 4. Okay, and alpha beta equal to 3 over 4 multiplied by 1 over 2, which is 3 over 8. Okay, so if we substitute this in the general form, x squared minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta equals to 0. So what we are going to have there is x squared minus 5 over 4x plus 3 over 8 equals to 0. So guys, the lowest common multiple of 8 and 4 is 8. So if we multiply all through by 8, multiplying all through by 8, we will have 8x squared minus 10x, 8x squared minus 10x plus 3 equal to 0 as the required equation. So it is very simple techniques, guys, very simple. Just follow what you have and then you have that. Last example. Okay, the roots of this equation, roots are 5 and 8. Okay, so let the first one equals to 5, the second one equals to 8. Look for sum of the root. Alpha plus beta, which is 5 plus 8, which is 18, and alpha beta, which is 5 times 8, which is 40. So substitute in the general form. X squared minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta equals 0. So this will give us x squared minus 13x plus 40 equals 0. Okay, so and this is how to find manipulate expression involving alpha and beta. Okay, so guys, very simple and easy technique. Follow the method and then you have what you are looking for. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.